Building long-term wealth in America isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about understanding how the system works, using the right habits, and giving yourself enough time for those habits to compound. And the truth is, anyone can build real, stable wealth in the United States, regardless of where you start from. You don't need a massive salary, you don't need to take extreme risks, and you definitely don't need to follow unrealistic get-rich-quick ideas that promise a lot but deliver nothing. What you need is a clear plan, discipline, and the willingness to let time do its magic. Let's break down what it actually takes to build long-term, stable financial success in America. These aren't secrets, they're principles. And the moment you start applying them consistently, everything in your financial life begins to shift. Not immediately, but steadily. Month after month, year after year, your foundation gets stronger. The first principle of building wealth is surprisingly simple. Live below your means, even just slightly. Most people don't realize how powerful this is. You don't need to live like a monk. You don't need to avoid every coffee shop or never buy anything fun. But you do need a gap between what you earn and what you spend. It doesn't matter if that gap is small in the beginning. Even $50 to $150 a month starts the entire engine of wealth creation. Because that gap becomes saving. Saving becomes investing, and investing becomes long-term wealth. The next principle is understanding that your income is your greatest wealth-building tool, especially in the United States. The American system rewards people who improve their skills, learn new things, and move strategically in their careers. Even a small increase in your income every year makes a massive impact over time. More importantly, income gives you margin. Margin gives you security, and security gives you peace of mind. That's why one of the smartest long-term moves you can make is focusing on your career, your skills, and your earning potential. Another key principle is avoiding the big financial traps that destroy wealth before it even has a chance to grow. In America, the biggest traps are credit card debt, buying cars you can't afford, living in places that take most of your paycheck, and spending money emotionally instead of intentionally. The US is full of temptations. Flashy advertising, easy credit, fast delivery, subscription overload. If you don't control your spending, the system will control it for you. Wealthy people aren't wealthy because they're lucky. They're wealthy because they avoid unnecessary losses. Now let's talk about the engine that builds wealth quietly, slowly, and consistently. Investing. You don't have to be a genius. You don't need to predict the stock market. You don't need complicated strategies. What you need is consistency. The American stock market has grown for more than 100 years. It goes up and down along the way, but the long-term direction is upward. Investing even small amounts every month in index funds or retirement accounts gives your money time to grow. This is called compounding, and compounding is the closest thing to magic that exists in personal finance. But investing only works when you give it enough time. 5 years isn't enough. 10 is okay. 15 is solid. 20 and beyond is where the real magic happens. The people who build serious wealth in America aren't the ones who try to get rich fast. They're the ones who start early, stay consistent, and let compounding do its job. Another major factor in long-term wealth is understanding that your mindset matters just as much as your money. If you believe that money is only for lucky people or smart people or rich families, you'll sabotage yourself. If you think that saving a little isn't worth it, or investing is too complicated, or wealth just isn't for you, you'll never build momentum. But if you treat wealth like a skill, something you can learn step by step, everything changes. Your confidence grows, your discipline grows, and your results grow right behind them. Now let's talk about something extremely important: emergency funds. Before you invest heavily, you need stability. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down, jobs change, medical bills happen. In America, one emergency can destroy months or years of progress if you're not prepared. That's why setting aside even a small emergency fund is one of the smartest financial moves you can make. It protects your money, your mind, and your momentum. Another key principle of long-term wealth is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets are things that grow your net worth. Investments, retirement accounts, savings, skills, and sometimes property. Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. Car payments, high-interest debt, unnecessary subscriptions, and lifestyle inflation. The U.S. is full of temptations: flashy advertising, easy credit, fast delivery, subscription overload. If you don't control your spending, the system will control it for you. Wealthy people aren't wealthy because they're lucky. They're wealthy because they avoid unnecessary losses. Let's talk about lifestyle inflation for a moment, because this is one of the silent killers of wealth in America. Every time people earn more, they spend more. New phone, new apartment, new car, new everything. And although it feels good in the moment, it destroys long-term potential. If you can maintain a simple lifestyle, even as your income increases, your wealth will grow faster than you can imagine. Another huge part of long-term wealth is building strong financial habits. Habits don't require motivation, they don't require emotion, they're automatic. Paying bills on time, saving a percentage of income, investing consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, tracking spending for awareness, not control. These habits create stability. Stability creates opportunity. Opportunity creates wealth. Now let's address something important. Wealth doesn't happen in a straight line. There will be setbacks, unexpected bills, economic downturns, job changes, personal challenges. But if your strategy is long-term, these bumps don't ruin the journey. They're just part of it. The key is to stay consistent, even when progress feels slow. Wealth is like fitness. One workout won't change you. One salad won't transform your body. It's the small habits repeated over time that create results. Finally, the biggest principle of long-term wealth in America is understanding that freedom is the real goal, not luxury. Wealth isn't about fancy cars, expensive clothes, or big houses. True wealth is having time, flexibility, options, control over your life, and the ability to take care of the people you love. When you stop chasing luxury and start chasing freedom, your entire financial life levels up. So let's summarize what long-term wealth in America really looks like. It's living slightly below your means. It's avoiding high-interest debt. It's building skills and increasing income, investing consistently, and giving your money time. It's protecting yourself with an emergency fund. It's controlling lifestyle inflation. It's choosing assets over liabilities. And it's staying patient. Because the truth is, stable, long-term wealth isn't built in 1 year or 2. It's built with steady progress over time. And the beautiful part is this: you don't have to be extraordinary to do it. You just have to be consistent. Wealth isn't luck. Wealth is habits, repeated over time in the right system. If you follow these principles, you won't just get richer. You'll get calmer, more confident, more secure, and more in control of your life. That's what real wealth is, and it's absolutely possible for you.